You're watching Tylor TV, and I'm here with John Wesley Shipp. How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm great. So you are, of course, the Flash from the 90s, and then now you're the Flash's father, Henry. What's it like being the Flash and then pretty much your own father?
It actually, I always say it helps me play the father role, that I've been that character, you know? It helps inform my performance as Henry.
And Grant, who's the new Flash, did you give him any tips on, how to be the Flash?
No, the only thing I told him, apparently, and I know this because he said it at San Diego Comic-Con, is I told him just to know that he had been chosen for the right reason and to trust himself. You know, he's an enormously talented young man, and I can't think of a finer person or actor to take the franchise to the next level.
And Mark Hamill reprised his role. That was good. Is there any other original cast coming back for this new one?
Well, Amanda Pays came back, and Officer Bellows is now the mayor from the old show. He's become the mayor. I'm still hoping Alex Desire will show up, who played Julio, but we'll see.
And I was so excited when I was watching season 2 and you finally got out of jail. How far in advance did you find out that you were getting released?
I found out a couple months in advance, but I wasn't allowed to say anything because they wanted that to come as a surprise. What really came as a surprise is that I get right on the bus and go out of town. But I knew that he would go out of town, but I was like, wow. I think the fans are going to go, you mean your son spent his whole life getting you out of prison and now you're leaving? But we tried to do it that Henry thinks it's what's best for Barry, and that's the only reason he would do it. I will be back I've already filmed another episode, so we'll see Henry again.
Can you give us any insights into what's going to happen when you get back?
I can't, other than, I say the clue is in the scene when I say, when you need me, I will be here. So it's going to take a rather catastrophic event until they decide they have to bring in that Barry needs all of his dads, So that's all I can say.
And with, when you were the Flash, how many of the suits were made?
There were 4 suits made for $100,000.
Each or in total?
Total, $25,000 each. 2 for the stuntman, 2 for me, in 1990.
And you said in an interview that one is in a Planet Hollywood, and you said it's half of one. Is it the top half or the bottom half? Do you know?
Thank God, the top half. Yeah, that's the last I heard of it. Somebody said there was a sighting at a Planet Hollywood in Myrtle Beach, but I don't know anything about that, but yeah.
Personally, I prefer the 90s Flash because I like how cartoony it looks and it's so colorful and stuff. What do you think of the new Flash's look? Do you prefer the old one or the new one?
It's a product of its time. The character's thing is speed, right? So in 1990, everybody wanted their baseball players, their movie stars to be big, and so we reflected that in the suit. But even we began to cut it down from here. You can see we cut it down by the time we got to here. So the character's thing is speed. It makes sense for it to be aerodynamic, and it fits Grant's frame. Now, the suit is continuing to evolve. You notice we went back to the iconic white lightning bolt in the new suit, and it's also redder now than it was. So they're making and Grant is 24. A young man's body changes, in the early 20s. So it's going to keep evolving season by season.
How long did it take you to get into the suit?
It wasn't a matter of how long it took, because I would pull it on top, I'd step into it, and then the belt covered the seam, and then they'd had to glue all of this down and glue all that down. It was a problem of heat and wet. I think those suits stayed wet for like 9 months. They all almost never dried. It was really kind of disgusting, actually.
And last question, what else are you doing besides The Flash that people can see you in at the moment or coming up?
Yeah, well, I just had a movie, Golden Shoes, premiere on Stars. That I played the President of the United States. It's about a kid's soccer movie. And I have a radio western called Powder Burns. You can Google it. We've just been nominated for several Voice Performance Arts Awards. And I start shooting a thriller in Manhattan on the 28th, right when I get back, called Night Sweats with Allison Mackey.
Cool. I'll look out for them.
Yes.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.